Good morning, grade 12 students. Welcome to Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. I will be your teacher, Mrs. Pagirigan. How is everyone doing? I hope you are all fine. Welcome back to the second semester. To start up, I want somebody to please lead the prayer. Can anyone volunteer? Okay, thank you. With divine, with God's divine intervention, our lesson for today will be successful. In this slide, you can see a news reporting. So I want you to watch and listen to the video, and later I will ask questions regarding this. Okay. Okay, thank you for listening. So for the guide questions, what is the video all about? Are you affected with this kind of news? And as a Filipino registered voter, how can you help the government in maintaining a peaceful election? So that was great. Our lesson for today is about Quarter 1, Module 1, starting points for understanding of culture, society, and politics. We are in Lesson 1, Essentials in Studying Culture, Society, and Politics. Holistically, culture includes everything made by man. Our identity and unique differences reflect the kind of culture in our society. In this lesson, you will have a glance of the understanding of culture, society, and politics. You will begin to realize that you are connected to the social realities and phenomena based from your actions, behavior, attitude within the society. This is to prove Aristotle's notion that we are indeed a social animal. Different political, social, and cultural issues need thorough analysis and interpretation. The most essential learning competency for this lesson is to discuss the nature, goals, and perspectives in of anthropology, sociology, and political science. The objectives is to identify the nature, goals, and perspectives in anthropology, sociology, and political science, to recognize the concepts and the subjects of inquiries of anthropology, sociology, and political sciences, and lastly, to appreciate the importance and the goals of anthropology, sociology, and political science. For the pretest, I will give the link in the info messages and you will answer the questions. Are you all in? Okay. So as I see in the quizzes, it's a mix of high scores and low scores. It is just okay if you get low scores because this is just a pre-test. I expect high scores on the post-test because this will only prove that you have learned from our lesson. Okay, in this photo collage, you can see here the images that reflect your Filipino identity. So what is a Filipino and what are the images linked as a Filipino? Can you give some images that link to you as a Filipino? Okay, very good. Theories and concepts of anthropology, sociology, and political science will aid you to better understand the processes of cultural elements in our society. When you say sciences, it has two branches, social science and natural sciences. In this slide, you can see a Venn diagram which you will answer the similarities and differences of two branches. I have pictures on the side that will serve as your hint to answer the differences. I hope it helps. Okay, can somebody answer? What is the difference between social science and natural science? Okay, very good. To sum up, here are the answers in the Venn diagram. Social science focuses on human society and social relationships, while natural science deals with the natural world, its processes and elements and composition. Social science studies the human society, while natural science studies natural events. Similarities, they are both branches of sciences. What is important with these differences, we realize that social sciences is very interesting because it goes beyond the physical aspect and materialistic phenomenon. It paved the way to the development of different disciplines which aim to interpret and analyze the complexities of social realities and phenomenon. Such disciplines focus on human relationships and interaction. So very interesting ang social sciences. When you say branches of social sciences, it has many branches, but we will concentrate only on the ones encircled in this slide, which is anthropology, political science, and sociology. So let's start anthropology. When we say anthropology, this is the pioneering social science discipline. Anthropology helped us to understand our holistic identity. It came from the Latin word anthropos, means man, and the Greek word logos, which means to study. So this is the study of humanity. In this picture, you can see Franz Boas, which is the father of modern anthropology. In your own words, in your own understanding, can you give me your meaning of anthropology? I hope this is not the first time you encounter this word. Okay, very good. What are the keywords when you heard the word anthropology? To sum up your meanings and keywords, it is the study of human beings and their ancestors through time and space in relation to physical character, environmental, social relations, and culture. What are the branches of anthropology? Branches of anthropology includes archaeology, cultural anthropology, biological anthropology, and linguistic anthropology. When we say archaeology, this is the study of past human cultures through their material remains. It also studies the past human culture through the recovery and analysis of artifacts and fossils. These are done by the archaeologists. In National Museum, there is a Department of Archaeology. Next, cultural anthropology. Cultural anthropology is the study of people with their variations and progress in terms of culture. It also deals with the description and analysis of the forms and styles of social life of past and present ages. They use ethnography, or the researcher stays in the house of the subject in order to experience what their experiences, what cultures is really happening in their place. Next, biological anthropology. When we say biological anthropology, this is the study of humans as biological organisms, including their evolution and contemporary variations. Lastly, linguistic anthropology. This is about the study of language, the study of communications, origins, history, and contemporary variations. What are the goals of anthropology? To observe the common things among people, traditions, language, and others. Next is to discover what makes people different from each other. So we can see the goals of anthropology is to determine the similarities and differences of culture. What do you think is the purpose of studying the similarities and differences of cultures? Can anybody answer? Okay, so the purpose is not for you to say that your superior is culture, because no culture is superior than others. Every culture is unique. So later we will discuss that in our lessons as we go deeper in our subjects. Next branch of social science is sociology. When we say sociology, this came from the Latin word socios, which means companion, and Greek word logos, which means to study. So this is the study of companionship. In this slide, you can see the father of modern anthropology, which is father of modern sociology, which is Auguste Comte. So this is father of sociology. To sum up the meaning of sociology, this is the study of society, patterns of social interaction, social life, social change, and social process and consequences of human behavior. What are the branches of sociology? It includes social organization, social psychology, applied sociology, and human ecology. Social organization are the group of interacting people which has the same goal. For example, education, school, restaurants. Okay. Next, social psychology. This is study about the thoughts, feelings, behaviors of human that are affected by the social interaction. Applied sociology is the application of solutions in social problems, and human ecology is the interaction of human and the environment. What are the goals of sociology? To study the nature of humanity, which is to socialize and interact with each other. And next, to appreciate society. When we know what are the elements of society, such as family background, traditions, ethnicity, we will appreciate society. Next branch of social science is political science, which means when we say political science, it came from the Greek word polis and science, sire. When we say polis, city state, and sire, which is to study. You can see here in the slide the words associated with political science, which is governance, politics, and power, which means political science is the governance of political power. What So political science is the study of the nature, causes, and consequence of collective decisions and actions taken by groups of people embedded in cultures and institutions that structure power and authority. What are the scope of political science? Political theory, political philosophy, and public management. When political theory, it deals with the accumulation of the principles, identifying with the basis, structure, conduct, and operations. So this scope of political science will be discussed more deeper as we go on with our lesson. Comparing to other social sciences, political science has a complex history. Its earlier form can be traced from the workings of the ancient Greek political philosophy of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, the Greek triumvirates. What are the goals of political science? To make people better citizens, to keep social order and harmony among different groups of people, to protect the rights of an individual. So those are the goals of political science. Can you give some of the goals of political science that I have not yet mentioned? Can you share what you know about political science? Okay, thank you. So now I want you to share your brochure. Last meeting, I asked you to make a brochure entitled Cultural Festival. So you can use the raise hand icon to share your outputs. Show it to your classmates. Okay. So I told you to research about a specific culture from your community or province that you are proud of. It can be a tradition, food, clothing, place, etc. You could also ask your members of your family from your household about this. I told you you can cut out pictures. You can use your skills and knowledge in Microsoft Word. You can use colored paper or folder. So I hope you have done one. So who will share? Okay. So what did you discover as you do this task? Aside from the brochure, what way can you promote your cultural heritage? And lastly, what cultural values and traditions you emphasize in your output and why? So thank you for sharing your works. It is a great job. For your assignment or homework, read the module posted in the Google Classroom. Study Lesson 2, Anthropological and Sociological Perspectives on Culture and Society. Number 2, answer ADM module, What I Can Do, on page 23. And number 3, don't forget to turn in your classwork or your activities in your Google classwork. Thank you very much and God bless.